Imagine for a moment you're going along the motorway, 70 miles per hour, and bang, car loses power, warning lights everywhere, errors flashing up on you, and you're forced to coast the car to safety. Now imagine this happens on repeat 20, 30 times. Would you continue to drive this car? Me neither. And neither is one of the subscribers of this channel whom this particular car belongs to. Strap in for this one. Now, before I take you through it, let me say this clearly. I have not inspected this car personally. This is a viewer's account with evidence from third parties to substantiate the faults. If I'm vague on any of the details, it's because this is an ongoing case and I don't want to jeopardise that. So we'll keep everything anonymous as well. So our viewer, let's call him David, he received this car, a Renault Symbioz, in December. Within the first 3 days of ownership, he started to experience this issue. Let me give it to you in his words. The vehicle made an audible warning noise. The engine cut out and all the warning lights on the dashboard illuminated, as well as a warning saying, driver assist unavailable. The fault occurred whilst on a residential road while driving at approximately 30 miles per hour, having just exited the motorway. Every time the fault occurs, the car loses all power and has to coast to a gradual stop. Typically, the car reboots itself in 30 to 60 seconds, but sometimes requires manual restart, and in these cases, it often can't be restarted until it's sat at rest for a minute or more. The fault continued to occur over 30 times while driving on public roads, including motorways, leaving me in multiple dangerous situations in the months preceding when I could take the car to get inspected at a certified Renault dealership. The fault seems to only occur after the car has been driven for 45 minutes or more. So the car then goes into a Renault dealership who are unable to diagnose the problem but opt to reinstall the car's software and make sure everything's up to date. Sensible. According to David, the dealership then contacted him to come and collect the car, and the mechanic told him if the fault continued, he should stop driving it immediately and contact Renault HQ. Well, the fault did continue to occur several times more. So as advised, he contacted Renault HQ and Mobilize. Now for those that don't know, Mobilize is the finance arm of Renault, the official partner if you like. They then sent out a Renault Assist certified RAC roadside technician who was able to detect what appears to be an intermittent communication issue with the body control module. That's something we've spoken about on the channel quite a bit before. And whilst this doesn't give us an exact diagnosis, it does support that there's some form of electrical communication problem happening inside that car. I don't want to speculate here, so we'll stick to the facts. So the car then goes back to another Renault main dealer. The key point to note here is David makes it very clear that this fault only occurs after around 45 minutes of driving. Despite this, after accounting for the journey to the dealer, the paperwork appears to only leave around 4 miles of additional driving unaccounted for. This can be confirmed by comparing the mileage from the RAC roadside report and the paperwork from the garage after testing. In other words, it appears as though they only tested it for around 4 miles, nowhere near the amount needed to have the fault occur. So somewhat unsurprisingly, the report, they were not able to replicate the fault. When David reiterated to Renault customer service that the reason the fault wasn't replicated was because it needed a longer drive, their response was they can't insist that their dealer do that. So at this point, we're months down the line. He's been paying for a car that he can't use, and having exhausted all his options, he then attempts to reject the car for replacement or refund using his consumer rights, as most of us probably would at this stage. You can maybe see where this is going. Because the Renault main dealer wasn't able to replicate the problem, the finance company have refused his request because as far as they're concerned, the car's operating normally. Renault UK also refused to support the rejection because their main dealer couldn't find any faults or safety issues with the car. If I had a new shower fitted and it leaks after 10 minutes and the plumber comes out and turns it on for 30 seconds, then says, "Oh, there's no leaks found," it doesn't mean that the shower's fine. It means that the problem I'm reporting has not been bloody tested. We couldn't replicate it. Is just not good enough if you didn't test it under the conditions where it happens. Now, of course, I get it. A customer with buyer's remorse, let's say, could make up a problem, in theory, to attempt to return a car that they no longer want. But if you look at the context here, It's just not the case, is it? The fact that the fault was reported within days of delivery, the fact that he followed all the proper channels, the fact that there's an RAC report highlighting a potential problem with the body control module, the way in which the customer has seized use of the car, which means he doesn't have a car now but is still paying nearly £200 every single month, the fact that he's got a number of witnesses who've experienced the issue firsthand as passengers as well. Oh, and the fact that if you look around, this doesn't appear to be an isolated case, with other owners reporting very similar symptoms with the cars cutting out whilst on the road. In some of those online cases, the owners also say that the garages were unable to replicate the fault. To me, he's been left in an impossible situation. Either keep driving this car that he believes can cut out at any moment, putting himself and others potentially at risk just to prove that the fault exists, or stop driving it altogether, but just keep paying for it. To Renault, Mobilise or the dealer, if there's context that we haven't seen here, if there's another outcome available for him, I'm happy to hear it and fairly reflect it in another video. But based on all the evidence so far, I feel like David has got a point and quite honestly deserves better. To you watching this video, if you've experienced this issue, please do write in the comments below. And let the takeaway from this video be, if you ever do experience something like this, do exactly as David has. Meticulously record the sequence of events, keep all your evidence. It's the only way that you're going to stand a fighting chance, even if it's a used car. And if that is the case, or you haven't bought yet, remember one of our channel sponsors is Vehicle Score. They give us 20% off all HPI checks. It might be worthwhile for you, so I'll add that in the description below. But as ever, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, folks, and I'll see you in a few days.